It's speculated to be the next big thing on the internet. Yes, I'm talking about the metaverse, which has opened up a wide range of opportunities for entrepreneurs, innovators, as well as investors. And just recently, you had Sequoia Capital India and Southeast Asia's Rapid Scale Up program that announced 12 early stage startups for their 8th cohort. One of them is Altworld, which is a creator led metaverse with 3D content. Joining me on the show right now is Subham Kumar Boundia, who is the co-founder at Altworld. Shubham, great to have you on board. There's just so much opportunity. But first up, congratulations. This must be great news coming in for you as well. I understand that this cohort includes 30 founders, and that adds to Surge's current pool of 300 founders from more than 130 startups. How does it feel?
Thanks, Avanne. Thanks for the congratulations and thanks for having me here. It feels great for first of all to have Sequoia, a name like Sequoia back us. That really gives the a lot of confidence to the startup. And with all the apart from the investment, all the support, all the team of specialists that Sequoia comes in, and this program which they have built actually poises you up for a very short success and very long-term company building goals. That is really great, and overall team Altworld feels grateful to have Sequoia on the back.
Oh, yes, indeed, it sure is. And, I just want to talk about the concept as a whole as well, because we understand that as per stats, the metaverse industry is expected to grow at a pretty impressive CAGR of nearly 32% and touch about $758 billion by the end of 2026. And India as well ranks about 5th position in the list of the top nations that are driving the metaverse. So clearly, there's a lot of opportunity. How do you see India's position in the same?
I think India is very strongly positioned in terms of all technology, consumer internet products for the next decade. And metaverse or any kind of virtual world social product is, of course, one of their biggest areas for them. If you just look at the size of the consumer internet users in India, India right now has more than 80 crore internet users, which is a lot. And historically, India has been treated as like a user farm and not a revenue farm because of low paying capacity. But that is increasingly changing. That is changing very fast. Signs of that we have already been seeing in the mobile gaming industry, where earlier revenue was very scarce, but today new monetization models like subscription and in-app purchases have grown very fast. Apart from the ad revenue, prodigies like Dream 11, etc., have come in and created an entirely new category, which is very unique to India. So I think India is very strongly positioned in terms of just because of the population, the huge base of internet users, and also by the increasing change in the paying capacity.
Okay, so I understand that Altworld in particular started off with a vision to create next-gen user-generated content platform. So how does it work? What kind of people do you have on board? Because you're using 3D immersive experiences across genres?
Yes. So a little bit about what Altworld stands for. So our hypothesis or our thesis around the metaverse has always been that if the metaverse is a true concept, and if in future people are going to spend a lot of time in virtual world, then a lot of it has to be user generated. For example, today, if you see YouTube is an entirely UGC based platform for video content generation. We strongly believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, the interactive media format will change from a video or a short video format to a more immersive format, that is the 3D content. And signs of that we have already been seeing with the new generation, the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha folks spending a lot of time in virtual worlds. Global phenomena like Roblox have been a huge success in the US and all across the world. So our two core thesis is that the metaverse will increasingly be creator led. That means a lot of worlds inside the metaverse, a lot of virtual content in terms of 3D worlds, 3D games, 3D objects, any kind of animations, interactions has to be user generated. That's why that's only the way in which you can distribute a lot of experiences at scale. And secondly, it also has to be a lot social, and that is the major difference between a platform like YouTube and a platform like Altworld or any other kind of virtual world platform which will emerge in the future. That once you enter into a virtual world, or once you enter into a metaverse, it inherently is more social because of its immersive nature. If you purely talk about the technical features like proximity audio, you can just walk up to anybody in a virtual world and speak up, and they'll hear you just like a real world. And if you move far away, they'll not be able to hear you. Features like this help in creating the overall immersiveness of the platform, and that's why this platform, this content platform which we are creating for 3D content, will also be a very social platform for people to hang out, play games, socialize, anything. So that is what the vision of Altworld is, and that is what we have been trying to build as a product. We're in beta right now, but we are moving fast, really fast. We have over 1,000 creators already who have created a lot of virtual worlds inside the Altworld metaverse, and we're just waiting to get blasted on all more users.
Yeah, and speaking of getting blasted, also you've got the likes of, M&M, big Indian conglomerates, Tanish, Make My Trip, for instance. They've all ventured into the metaverse space. They're helping pave the road for the digital future. So would there be some potential for tie-ups or working with some of these companies? What's your current client base like?
So right now, Altworld is a B2C platform. We do not work with brands directly because we are still in beta, like I said. So our primary aim is to get to maximum creators, maximum builders out there. So we essentially see 3D content or 3D games as an expression of creativity. Like I said before, we want to create a YouTube-like platform for anybody to create immersive worlds within ours. Uh, Traditionally or technically, it is a very tough job which requires at least 5 or 6 professionals like animators, modelers, etc. We want to give this capability to our end users on a mobile handset with a very simple no code drag and drop kind of tools, so that they can build these worlds within ours. So right now our focus is to reach out to more and more creators through a B2C way. But very rightly said, brands will play a very huge role in shaping the entire experience, because if there is time spent on any platform, brands will be a very major part of it. And I'm really excited how it will change the entire concept of advertising as well. As we see today, right now, players like Facebook and Google dominate the advertising industry. If people spend a lot of time in virtual worlds or metaverses tomorrow, I'm not sure how the entire brand led advertising will change. But yeah, very excited for it.
Oh, yes, indeed. There is a lot of opportunities. So, what is the, who are your current investors on board, apart from, of course, this Sequoia cohort? Are there any other investors? Are you guys raising funds? Have you been bootstrapped so far? What's the financial situation like?
So, Sequoia led our pre-seed round under their Surge cohort, their rapid scale-up program. Apart from that, we have some micro VCs like Super Morpheus Group, and a bunch of angel investors, top angel investors from the country, operators and CXOs from renowned startups, from an academy, from Cred, CureFit, etc. So we have a whole bunch of angel investors as well. But Sequoia led the pre-seed round. We are right now focused on building the product, expanding the user base, and we'll soon be raising our next round by the end of this year.
Okay, fair enough. And walk us through then how exactly you guys plan to make money as of now. You were talking about how you're looking at potential as well from advertising down the line. What's the overall, the kind of user base that you're planning to target and how you plan to generate revenues?
So, revenue, two or three models, primary models for revenue will be, of course, a brand led. Secondly, like I said, that we are building a platform business, a YouTube kind platform business, which will enable creators to build immersive worlds. So the entire transaction economy in a virtual world, which will be between a creator and a user, will be facilitated by the platform, and we will make money out of it. For example, on a platform like Altworld, if there are experiences, 3D experiences which are sold by the creators to the end users, then Altworld makes money out of it. So two primary business models would be the platform commission model and the brand partnerships. But right now we are focused on growing our user base, getting to a certain threshold of users and engagement, and then we'll turn on our monetization engine.
All right, we wish you all the best. Thanks so much for taking time out and joining us.
Thanks, Avanne. Thanks for having me.